Hi, Dr. T. I'm Angela Bagby, and I'm going to give my reflection on our Learning Team A Systematic Review Critique on the research article Capacity for Care, Meta-Ethnography of Acute Care Nurses' Experiences of the Nurse-Patient Relationship. My contribution was the sample and the quality appraisal slides. For the sample slides, my notes included that the heterogeneity concepts were examined, and it was determined that more clear, specific concept of what was considered an acute setting was needed and included the inpatient care setting. Medical, surgical, and critical care units were adult patients that receiving care with the goal of recovery and discharge. And this was the inclusion criteria. The also the geriatric units for the acutely ill older population met the inclusion criteria as well. Exclusions included rehab and continuing care facilities. Inclusion and exclusion were retroactively applied as needed. And the data search was narrowed down from 2,133 papers to 303 papers after removing duplicates, reviewing titles, and abstracts. 245 papers did not meet the inclusion criteria, and 58 papers were used as a sample for quality appraisal. Rich samples were sought after that would make an important contribution to the study. Okay, and I discussed the quality appraisal. And the highlights were that 16 primary studies received a high quality appraisal and met inclusion criteria. Critical Appraisal Skills Program, or CASP, appraisal criteria was used. More than one appraiser used. And weight of evidence from high to low was also used. The CASP tool is used widely by researchers to appraise systematic reviews, randomized controlled trials, qualitative research, economic evaluations, cohort studies, case control studies, and diagnostic studies. This tool assesses the validity of the study, examining of studies, and relevance of the research data. The article indicated that the researchers participated in the appraisal, so there were more than one reviewer used in the appraisal. The article did not state the exact amount of the reviewers who were appraised, but they did use reviewers in the plural context, so there were more than one reviewer for the appraisal. The research reviewers wanted to ensure that rich examples of the participants' nurse-patient relationship experience were used. So to do this, they weighed the research from high to low, and only the studies determined to have a high weight of evidence, or WOE, the acronym WOE, W-O-E, were used in the final synthesis. So that was the quality appraisal and how they appraised their the 58 papers, and then they wound up they finalized their studies and narrowed it down to 16 primary studies, which they thought were rich samples for the research. I enjoyed myself very much. I enjoyed working with my fellow teammates. It was quite a busy week. We were all busy with the Thanksgiving holiday and our schedules, but we were all able to still communicate via texting and the learning forum. And I thank you very much for this experience.